My name is Nema Refa. I'm from JTV, and today we are at Isinya School for the Deaf. With me here I have some guests who will introduce themselves. Welcome very much.
My name is Justice Kimbeu. My sign name is That. I am a deaf. Same time he's also a teacher for the children. Hello, I'm Benson Mohoho. I'm a sign language interpreter as well as a teacher in a deaf institution here at Isinya School for the Deaf. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm Doris Njuguna, a sign language interpreter and also a teacher. Thank you.
This being the month where we celebrate deaf awareness, we are going to know and to learn more about deaf and the deaf culture. And yes, the first question is to you, my guests. You will tell us what is the meaning when someone says Deaf Awareness Month. What do they mean when they say that?
Deaf awareness. Yeah, it's really an exciting topic.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, for deaf awareness, it simply means that you understand more of the challenges, the needs, and the experiences of the deaf people. And by doing so, you'll create inclusivity, and you'll give equal chances to each and everyone, so as to include their language and their culture. And
when you say language, what is their language?
Actually, for us, we use a universal language. That is sign language.
Sign language?
Yes, sign language. And when you use sign language, you'll be part of the deaf community.
Wow.
Yeah.
Meaning sign language is the mode of communication?
Yeah, sign language is our mode of communication.
People who don't know sign language cannot communicate with the deaf?
Actually, there are also some deaf people who are not convenient with the sign language, in that they use natural gestures.
Wow.
That's what we call natural language. And by doing so, they can communicate with their parents. Like you can see a parent telling a child, go grab me that. That child is deaf, true, but he or she understands what the parent is saying. So by doing so, natural language also speaks out. Meaning
you can be deaf and you've not gone to school, but you know sign language.
Yeah, exactly. For those who are illiterate, they use natural language. That's gestures.
Wow, that is interesting. When you talk about Deaf Awareness Month, what is the purpose of Deaf Awareness Month, especially to the community?
On my side, I'll have to let my colleague answer that first.
Yes.
Because he's deaf, he's Justice, a fellow teacher of ours. So let's give him the ground. When you're talking about the Deaf Awareness Month, we focus more on this month, creating awareness to other people. From the first date of September to the last date of September. Because deaf people have a huge responsibility in different places. So by creating awareness, they are communicating to all the different deafs at different places, bringing them together so as to create a unity time together.
Is there a national a place where the deafs gather when it's Deaf Awareness Month and they celebrate it, or they include the community?
When we are creating the deaf awareness, we have each in every county. We also have a national council where all of them meet and they stay together and they communicate to each other. So they move to different counties according to their dates. If it's on 15th, they move to a different county. On 7th, a different county. Yeah, it's different. So they choose which county to attend to hold the main ceremony where. So that all deaf from different places can be aware and move to that county so as to celebrate together. So they have just to plan for the time and the date.
Is there a color for Deaf Awareness Month? Someone can ask. Huh?
Many times each deaf individuals in different places choose their own color. But for them, they have to discuss the theme for the celebration. For this year, what are they using? Maybe for a country where sign language is used everywhere, each church possibly, they can choose and decide, maybe they move to Mombasa, Nakuru, Western there, Mandera, meaning they choose the country. And by choosing the place where they'll hold the ceremony, that's when they choose the color they want for the theme.
Wow. What is the theme of this year's deaf awareness?
A country where deaf sign language is used everywhere.
Wow. Well, by saying this, it means that there are countries where sign language is not used or sign language has not been accepted as a language.
When we talk about a country, sign language is everywhere. We focus on making sure that each country are able to sign. So we normally use an international sign language for each country. But for every country, I believe they do have their own sign language. Like for Tanzania has, Kenya has. Now we must work together in all countries in different areas of the country so that they can understand the sign language communication.
What are you doing to implement the theme of this year?
For success in the theme, they need different policies. The second, they need finance, because if the policies work hand in hand with the finance, and if there's no finance, it's going to be hard. So meaning what? They have to move to different areas with the finance if it's enough. In different places in the community, they move there in the area. The people in the village there, in the deep rural places, they communicate with them, same as the deaf people there. And the media, they give information for a full week, up to a month. And maybe the deaf will be aware and possibly learn sign language.
Wow, that is interesting. Now, aside from that, you can tell us who is a deaf. When we say deaf, who is a deaf?
A deaf person, sometimes he can hear and sometimes he can talk. And people think, maybe he's stupid also. That's a bad thing. But now, for a deaf person, meaning a person who has hearing problem, when you voice to that deaf person, he or she won't understand what you're saying. Yeah, maybe he or she can hear a little bit, but won't understand what you're saying. So some deaf, they can hear. Yeah, some they can voice, but they can't understand what you're telling them when you're hearing and voicing at the same time. So for the deaf, other deaf, maybe for a person, always was voicing, but that's hard for the deaf to understand.
And what causes deafness?
Causes of deafness, for the first one, direct, inherited problems. Maybe the parent had a genetic problem and then gives birth to a child who's deaf. That problem continues to many generations. The second one is sickness. We have a situation known as meningitis. It can lead to deafness. It starts with a headache and then happens later cold, headache for a long time, taken to the hospital, and then that child, he or she becomes deaf. Deafness can also happen through loud voices, exposure to loud voices. People love sitting in places where they have high noises. And, example for the youth, they do love music. They sit at places where they do have high sound musics. So for those three, they are the ones which cause deafness in the community.
Is there something interesting about the deaf that people don't know?
One thing people don't know about deaf is that the deaf people love computers. Once you train them on computers at an early age, they can do different things. Even drawing, they do possess a lot of skills, meaning they need to go to school. Others, they don't have school fees so as to attend schools. If they work on computers, they can become IT experts, and possibly they can have high skills in using their computers. The deaf need, people think that deaf people need a lot of help. No, you have to give them clear information when you're communicating, and that's it. They can understand well and selves individually do that task.
What is your personal experience as a deaf?
When he was born, he was born hearing. And then later that, when he was 2 years, he went to school, that's when he became deaf. His mother usually went to work. He faced a lot of violence after that. When he was asked, have you finished your work? He said no. So the parent usually caned him. And about that, the teachers always caned him in school because he had a problem understanding. Because why? He had low audio power. When he was 2, the doctors did an assessment and said he moves to a deaf school. So he was stubborn. He wanted to stay in a hearing school. When he was there in the hearing school, he was asked, can you please change? You go to a deaf school because this teacher always canes you and you are deaf. He said he wants to learn in a hearing school until he was in class 8. That's when he moved to a deaf school and continued learning there in a deaf school. And the mother believed in him after that. So the mother saw he was not rude. And in Form 2, that's when he achieved his first hearing aid. So carrying it was impossible. So he had the hearing aid which helped him in understanding what's being said. That was nice. So no caning now. When he was given information, sits near the teacher, understands the information when it's being explained. So he had an experience. True, it was a painful experience.
Are there challenges you face on a daily basis?
Thank you for that question. So now for daily challenges that he faces, that's communication barriers, communication problems. For example, when he wants to go into an office and he finds many people there of hearing nature, that's a problem. Because he wants to go to a shop, maybe when he wants to go to a shop and wants to buy something, the shopkeeper is a hearing person, doesn't understand sign language, so he has to move and leave that thing. That's why most of the times he loves to buy things from a supermarket. Why? Because he can see the price of that thing, grab it, whatever he wants, grab that thing, and then write a list of everything he wants, goes and picks it, and that's it.
You've talked about language barrier. Are there schools where they offer sign language?
Yes. We have schools for hearing people so that they can study sign language. That's Kise in Kasarani. Second one, Origin Sign Language Center. There are also some people in Thika, in the Kenya National Library. That's where they teach sign language there. Same, each area has a school. Possibly you can search, and different people can learn sign language in deaf schools. Possibly they look for a primary school, discuss it with the principal, make arrangements, and they start teaching sign language in there. That possibly helps a lot of people develop their sign language.
What advice can you give to parents who are at home and they have deaf children, but they have not accepted they have deaf children, and by that they have not taken them to school and they have not exposed them to the society?
Thank you. That's a nice question. True. In the villages, they do have a lot of parents who have not accepted their children as deaf. But his advice is what? A lot of parents need, first of all, to accept the children. Second, they need to believe that the deaf children can also change the society. Because, like him, for example, his experience in past, his mother never accepted him as deaf until he reached Form 2. That's when the mother accepted, and the university, the mother had already accepted. Meaning what? Parents, that's father and mother, need to accept their deaf children. Outside the society, they need to accept the deaf children also. Why? If the mother has knowledge on the deaf child, possibly she can teach the others on how to support the deaf children. We have a lot of deaf children who are now successful people in the society. No, a lot of children, we have a lot of children, meaning what? The parents need first to support the children as well as the society so they can understand the child.
If you were to tell the government of Kenya something, what could it be?
On about the government, what can he advise the government? So as to make a policy where sign language is used everywhere. For example, in hospitals, we have a challenge with the deaf community. They go to the hospital, but they don't get contraceptives. They lack contraceptives advice in the hospitals. And then you'll find a girl who is pregnant, but she doesn't understand on how to prevent the pregnancy. When a deaf girl comes pregnant, always has complications when she is giving birth. That's an evidence why sign language should be taught in different institutions, for example hospitals, for them to access good services also. So in each institution, I'll advise the government to have an interpreter there, so that when the deaf person comes in that institution, communication will go on well. If there is a need, please give the deaf people an opportunity. Don't say that deaf people are impossible to work well in an institution. No, they need your trust, they need your love, trust in them so that they can work well. Please just show them what they need to do, and all they'll do is well. Just little information and they'll do everything.
Wow, that is interesting. As we wrap up, I'd like you to teach the viewers how to sign Happy International Deaf Awareness. I hope I have aligned it well.
Yeah, that's it.
You can correct me.
That's it. Yes, that's happy.
Happy.
Yeah, that's deaf. For international, this is international. Sign language. Sign language. This is sign language. Awareness. Week and month. Month, yeah, that's month. Happy. Deaf. International. Sign language. Awareness. Day and month. A week and month. Can he repeat it?
Yes.
Happy.
Yes.
Deaf. International. Awareness. Week and month.
Where you are, viewer, I hope you've had a good time. The question is to you. How will you create awareness? Thank you for joining us. Have a blessed week. Happy Deaf International Awareness Week and month.
So our viewer being our the Deaf International Awareness Day, there's some words that we'd like you to know, because being there and you know some such of these words, it requires you some knowledge, so that when you come across a child, you need to have at least a basic some knowledge. So I'm here with my teachers. There's some words that we're going to look into, so that you can know definitely. So my teachers, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so maybe you can introduce yourselves.
Hey, hi viewers. My name is Lydia Maingi and I am a sign language interpreter.
Hello viewer, my name is Nema Refa. I'm a sign language interpreter. By the end of this, we'll not be greeting, we'll not be shaking hands, we'll be saying hello in sign language.
Yes.
And of course, your presenter is Philip Saruni, and of course here I'm a student. So let's start by hello. You know, hello, it's semeni salam, and everyone there who is watching, he needs or she needs to know this, to say hello. So basically, how can you, I'm starting using signs.
Yes.
So
it's
unaanzaje,
acceptable.
like how can you say hello in
Hello.
sign?
Hello.
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 Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Wow. How are you?
How are you is very simple. Unauliza how are you? How
How
Are
are
you?
you? So you have to cross your fingers.
yeah.
This is R. Yes.
So you know letter R inakanga hivi hivi. So you have to cross your fingers. So hello.
How
Sorry. How are you? Wow. It's so interesting. I'm fine.
I'm fine. It's very simple. You do like this. Fine. This is fine.
Fine.
Then kuna pia wengine wana choose to do okay, I am okay. Ama I am well.
So you start. I am
fine.
fine. So you must touch your chin,
Your
you
chest.
Chest.
Oh.
Fine is like this. Mr. Saruni. Fine. Fine.
This
Fine.
way.
Yeah. So I am fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what about the basic one? I love Jesus.
This is always I love,
Love.
then Jesus because of the marks. Jesus.
So
Yes.
Jesus, the marks that.
Yes.
Wow.
So I
I
love Jesus.
love Jesus.
Yes.
Wow. I'm a good student, I got an A in sign language. So thank you.
Thank you. The sign is like this. Just very simple. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And then it depend mtu ako wapi. Someone may be on this side. You can't tell how him welcome.
True.
We should do welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah. Depending on where the person is.
Wow, my viewer, you're much welcome to our interview. And of course, so maybe is there any way that a person can know his or her name using sign? Yeah, because if I have to introduce myself, maybe I have to introduce my name. My name is Philip Saruni. So is there a way that my name Philip Saruni can be done? I don't know.
Yes, there is a way. You can finger spell, or rather the deaf, when you interact with the deaf, they'll give you a sign name. The hearing can't give you a sign name. It's only the deaf. It makes easier. Instead of finger spelling, you'll use the sign name.
Wow.
Yes.
And when she says finger spelling, is that the saying A to Z? From A, B, C, D, E.
A.
Yeah, A, B,
Oh, A.
So,
Wow.
the time unasema A to Z, ndo inaitwa finger spelling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I want us this show to be interesting. I want you guys to give me a sign name before we wrap up.
A sign name can only be given with the deaf. We
So
are
you
hearing.
people, you can't
We
give
can
me.
hear.
So do you have a sign name?
Yeah, my surname is this. So my name is Lydia. No, my name, sorry. Sorry, my name is Lydia. And my sign name is Lydia.
Like
Why?
the question mark.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. With letter L.
Wow. So this is
Letter
L.
Yeah,
so
this is L.
Lydia.
Yeah.
Wow. What about Refa? Because I know R. It's so.
Okay, my name is Neema Refa, and my sign name, I have two. The first one is like this. The second one is like this because I love smiling.
So when I come and tell you, I'm actually saying your name, eh?
Not like this, but like this.
Wow. Our viewer back there, we are very much delighted to know such words, and we say thank you for you by following JTV. We love you guys back there. Make sure you celebrate these people. Remember, nowadays we don't say they are disabled. We say they are able differently. So wherever you are, join me, join JMG, Judah Media Group. Let's celebrate together. Thank you. Bye. Is that bye?